Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back to the vlog, episode number 13. I'm gonna keep this short. Poker, chips, money, White Claw. Let's get to it.
I've been playing for about 30 minutes now, and I just keep seeing absolute garbage. I jokingly asked the table if there's any face cards in the deck, and they assure me they're there. So imagine how excited I am when I'm under the gun and I look down at Queen 10 offsuit. There's a button straddle and one caller, and I bumped the action up to $15. The button calls and the big blind calls as well, so we're off to a flop three ways. The flop is 9-10 queen rainbow, so I flop middle pair and a gut shot straight draw. The big blind checks, and I c-bet for $25. The button calls and the big blind folds, so we're off to see a turn. The turn is a 7 of diamonds, bringing in a diamond flush draw. I check and my opponent down bets for $20. This should probably be a warning sign, but I feel I have too much equity and I have a pretty decent hand, so I'm going to go ahead and make the call here. The river is a 4 of clubs, shouldn't really change anything. I decide since I might actually have the best hand because I don't put my opponent on a king, I'm going to go ahead and take the betting lead here, and I lead out for $45. My opponent pretty quickly raises to $100. Because his play just doesn't make very much sense. Again, I've been playing about 30 minutes and seeing absolute garbage. A lot of these guys seem to be real friendly with each other. A couple of them have slow rolled each other and have called each other off really light. It's $55 more to win 280, so about 5.5 to 1. I've dug myself into this hole, might as well dig the last bit. I make the call and he shows Queen Jack for the flop straight. We make a seat change to try to get a better angle on the table. We're under the gun again and we look down at pocket nines. I open up the action for $10 and it folds all the way around to the small blind, the gentleman from the last hand, who then 3-bets to $25. The big blind considers a call, but he says he's only out $2 and he makes the fold. I reluctantly call and we're off to a flop heads up. The flop is 9-Jack-7 with 2 clubs, so I flop middle set. My opponent leads for $25, and I feel I need to start building the pot, so I raise to $70. He calls me pretty quickly, and we're off to see a turn. The turn is a 6 of clubs, it brings the front door flush in. My opponent leads for $55. I'm not necessarily convinced that he has the flush, and so I go ahead and move all in, and my opponent snaps me off. I ask him, did you turn the flush? But he doesn't say anything, so we're off to the river. The river is a terrible card. It's the 4 of clubs. I show my hand and my opponent very slowly flips over pocket queens with the queen of clubs. I played this hand pretty perfectly. I don't think he ever put me on a set in any non-club river, minus a queen, or any river that pairs the board, and I'm back to even. I am beyond frustrated and I start to pack up. But realizing my opponent will never actually give me credit when I have a strong hand, I decide to give it one more go. After blowing off a little steam, I return under the gun and I look down this time at Queen 9 offsuit. Being tilted, I open the action to $7 and plus 1 gives me the old min click to $15. It folds all the way back around to me and I make a very tilted call, so we're off to see a flop. The flop is Jack-10-4 all spades, so I flopped an open-ended straight draw and a flush draw. All things considered, I think this is a really good flop. I've flopped so much equity. I check over to my opponent and he bets out $15. Again, feeling like I'm drawing to half the deck, I put in the old check raise to $45. There's so many cards that I think can help me. My opponent then announces he's all in for about $115. Tilted in what feels like drawing to half the deck, I make the call. My opponent announces he has the nuts. And I look at him kind of perplexed, and he flips over ace-king of spades. The table then starts calling for the queen of spades so that he can hit a royal for the high hand, and being tilted and kind of angry, I actually find a little bit of joy in informing the table that's not going to happen because I'm holding that card in my hand. But again, this guy's got the nuts. There's no run out that's going to change anything. We have played 3 hands in less than an hour, and we are down almost $550.
This is the face of being absolutely just dumbfounded. I don't even know what the just happened. The table was great. It was fun. There seemed to be a good amount of action. I got into some trouble overplaying middle pair with queen 10 after a little bit of frustration. Dumped a buy-in. That's fine. I'm getting used to digging holes at the beginning of a session. The pocket 9 hands. Flop a set. It's on a flush draw board. Turn brings the flush, but we get the money in anyways. Turns out he doesn't have a flush. All I've got to do is fade any of the last clubs in the deck, and I'm good to get right back to even, and he drills it on the river. Thought about leaving, but thought, no, I can turn this around. No, I can't. Queen 9, obviously a frustrated play. I'm never opening that from early position, and I definitely shouldn't be calling a 3-bet. But then again, I flopped the world. It's 10 jack blank, all spades, so I'm open-ended. I've got a flush draw. I feel like I've got half the deck, working to my advantage. We get it all in. The guy's got the stone cold nuts. I played for less than 1 hour and dumped over $500. And I'm just dumbfounded. Unbelievable. I don't know. Is it run bad? Is it run bad? Is it play bad? I don't know what the that just was. But I mean, as a poker player, this is what you go through. You go through these swings, and I'm in it right now. I'm getting crushed, and it hurts because the vlog is gaining a little bit of steam, so I want to keep playing. But sessions like this aren't going to help. In for 550, out for 0. Like and subscribe to watch the torture. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to drop a like and subscribe to the channel for more poker content. And you can follow me on Instagram at 7cardflushpoker.